Hi, I'm Daily Life. This is another video I'll bring you while all this COVID stuff is going on. Today, now this video, I'm going to tell you about one of my, I'd say, favourite hobbies, lesser now. Um, it's called Magic the Gathering. It's a resource management card game from the people who from the people who bought you Transformers, Hasbro. But a resource management card game to my fucking bike got stopped. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto at the moment, and some fucking individual nicked my bike. Oh, I'll switch this off because I'm not going to be able to concentrate now. Somebody's nicked my bike. Um, yeah, it's a resource management card game. And I know what you're thinking. How much do you not want to go to dinner with the people who play a resource management card game? Yeah, I get it. Richard Garfield invented this game with the thought of having come from a D&D game, and you want to continue almost that D&D game, but in something a bit more mobile, a bit more transportable. So cards, he invented this card game, and it's been going on. I think it's been going for like 30 years, I think, because I started playing when I was in year nine of secondary school, and I typed it into my phone to see how long ago that was, and it was 25 years odd. And that makes sense with how many expansions had come out since its inception. Um, a resource management card game. You use cards named lands like forest, island, mountain, swamp, and a plain to cast spells. Your role is a wizard at this point, and if you are a green wizard, you will play with forests. If you are a blue wizard, you will play with islands and mountains for red wizards, and plains for white wizards, and swamps for black wizards. So the swamp generates the black energy that you need to use to cast your black spells. Each card has varying degrees of values. So there is I'll just use my folder here as a guide. At the top right hand corner, there is your casting cost, and this will be a number and an emblem. It will have its description in the middle, a little bit of art, the rules, and if it's a creature, it will have its stats. Every game like this, Warhammer, Warcraft, whatever it is, will have stats. And this is in Magic, it's power and defense, or strength and toughness, as we used to say. Number on the left is a strength, number on the right is a defense or a toughness. And then creatures can attack each other, you can cast spells, the enemy can cast spells, and it's the first person to take their opponent's life total down from 20 to 0. It's better. And each colour has a way of playing. So blue, the ethos behind blue is all about sort of intelligence and control. So you control your opponent's turn, you allow him to do stuff or allow him not to do stuff. You you take more cards than you would do if you were playing another colour. That's very, very basic. Green is all about taking your little chicken and turning him into a big dragon to turn your enemy's face into a canoe. And lots of little creatures, lots of big creatures, and you've got lots of spells to make them even bigger. Red is about fire damage and quick aggro. It's about aggression and spontaneity. So there's lots of damage spells. There's not a lot of draw card spells. It's like a fire in a building. That's how you can best imagine the red play ethos. White is all about healing. It's all about angels, Pegasus, law and order, and human soldiers and all that type of stuff. So the way people usually play a white deck is to take loads of little men or women or soldiers or clerics and gain life through the manipulation of these creatures, or to get 50 weak soldiers and just swarm your enemy with them for him or her to lose their life. Black magic is where you use your life total as a resource. No real other coloured magic does this. You have 20 life to start off with, and some of your spells might say pay 2 life, deal 3 damage to the enemy. And so your life total is another tool to be used. And that's I think in my time of playing Magic, I think black is quite a hard Magic ethos to get your head around, because you get told so much that once your life total is gone, you don't, that's it, the game's over. So you're very almost loathed to use your life total to end your enemy. And it took me ages to sort of switch on to that concept. Blue, I think I've talked about all. Blue, green, white, red, yeah, black. Not obviously, but you can use 2 colours in your deck. So black and red work well together, blue and white work well together, and they all have their ethos and play strategies with the 2 colours. I'll show you something on the back of a card. I don't know how well this will come across. Let me find something to use as a pointer. Right, okay, let's see. So sharp, yeah. Right. Back of a magic card. I'm trying to get a good light. You got these coloured pips. So blue and white, they're next to each other, so they work well. Green and white are next to each other, they work well together. Green and red work well together, and so on. But also, there are elements called shards and wedges. So red, green and white work well together. My favourite combination, blue, white and green, work well together. And a wedge, if you take the blue and take the green away, white, black and red work well together. So there's such a lot of deck building combinations within the Magic gameplay theory, and I'm still learning stuff, even though I've been playing it for 25 years. Every time I turn on a podcast or watch a video on YouTube, I'm learning something new, which is really good. But I've kind of, because of COVID and because no shops are open and I can't go down the town and play in the store, I've sort of put Magic to one side for the moment, which isn't a huge problem. I'm sure when things pick up, it will come back. But yeah, so that's a little intro to Magic, which next video I'll talk about something a little bit more in depth with it. And I don't know if it's the coronavirus making me a bit odd or more odd. When I see people fall down in the street or people getting hurt on YouTube, if they fell down in the street and I was in the street, I'd sort of run over and help them. But now I just laugh, not pointing and laughing and crying with laughter in the street. I'm sort of laughing in my head, and when I'm walking from A to B, I'll have my radio going in my pocket so I can not have to use headphones. And I purposely listen to podcasts that have a content of swearing to sort of play a swearing fishing game where I walk past like a couple or a group of people or a mum and a child, and hopefully this podcast comedian that I listen to will curse on the podcast as I walk past them, because then I feel like I've got a fish. And I don't know why that appeals to me. I don't know why I find that so funny. It's probably because I've got too much time on my hands. Yeah, I think it is. But it's just life. Yeah, so tomorrow, or when I do another video, I will talk a little bit more about Magic, and we'll gradually go right to the end. 12 minutes. If you like what I do, please like, share and subscribe. Any comments are greatly appreciated. And I will see you all another day.